Hello YouTube! How's everybody doing out there? Can you hear me? We about to play some rock and roll. There we go. All right. So how did that sound over on your end? Did everything sound okay out there in YouTube land? Whew. Feels good, but it also takes a lot of energy to do that. All right. How do I sound? Let me go ahead and check. It also takes a lot of energy. All right. So, who's here for my birthday party? You guys know it's my birthday. So I planned on having a party stream today. All right. So we got a happy birthday chat donation here. It says happy birthday, bro, from IJB. Have you looked into melted buildings yet, or does it stop at flat Earth? Dude, I've looked into all sorts of stuff. And no, it doesn't just stop at flat Earth. If you've been watching my channel over the last 6 years, then you would know I've covered all sorts of subjects. And so I'm always looking into different stuff. However, there's only so much time in the day, so I can't see every video or cover every subject in depth or in detail as much as I might want to. So I just key in on what I see as some of the more important things going on. So rather than try to talk about melted buildings, which I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Are you talking about like if one gets vaporized by some sort of direct energy weapon, or what? What are you trying to say? Melted buildings. All right. Got a donation from PJC Net. Says happy birthday, Jank. Have a drink on me. Have a drink on me. Ah! Have a drink on me. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate the donation. I also saw one from Javid earlier before the stream started. At the very beginning of the stream. Sorry, have to call you back. All right. So at the very beginning of the stream, I saw Javid had a super chat. Maybe I can even go back and find it. Pinned it up here. Possibly. Scrolling back. There it is. Javid says, happy born day. Thank you, Javid. I appreciate that. Jonas says, wishing our most beloved, favorite, funniest, intelligent, and talented Jake a very happy birthday. Oh, well, I appreciate all those compliments. You guys really are a wonderful audience, and that's why I wanted to stream today on my birthday, because it's a random Tuesday. All my old friends and family, you know, they have their lives and shit going on. So if I'm looking for a group of people to party with, then I look no further than my audience that I built from scratch. I couldn't find a better group of people to shoot the shit with for a few hours. And I thought today we would make it a fun stream, screwing around. We'll watch some music videos, talk about bands, and try and keep the subjects more light and fun, and we'll leave the conspiratorial shit for another day. We do that all the time as it is. There's plenty of that on my channel. So today I figured we'd just go ahead and have some fun. It's my birthday. My birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Skeedle beep ba dip deep deep dee. Happy birthday to me. Your mom's a whore on channel 4. You guys remember at the end, you'd say, and many more. Your mom's a big fat stinking whore. I saw her tits on channel 4. I always used to say that at my 5-year-old birthday party. No, I didn't. I never once said that. I said it multiple times now. All right. Yes, we're getting silly today. It's my birthday. If I feel like being silly, then I will. It's my party, and if I feel like being silly, I will. That's how that song goes, right? All right. Javid says, have you heard Killer Mike Rock Band? Someone told me. Can't say I have. Never heard of Killer Mike Rock Band. But I'm glad someone told you. Right. IJB says, I'm talking about mountains being melted buildings, cliff sides being remnants of old buildings. Here's the deal. There's all sorts of different shapes when it comes to mountains and stuff. And so when you go to like Utah and you see like in southern Utah, northern Arizona, there's lots of plateaus and it looks like a tree stump. But some of them are so long, they go on for miles that it doesn't even make sense as a tree stump. But then you go to other places, you know, up, let's say here in California, we don't have mountains that are chopped off and have plateaus like that. All of our mountains mostly go up to a point and stuff. And then you look at the Colorado Rockies, those ones aren't chopped off like plateaus. And so when you go to the Southwest, there's some strange shit that doesn't make sense, like rock formations that'll like go up and then have a big rock out of nowhere. And it's like some tiny little like base which holds this big bulky thing. So if you look at all the different rock structures that are out there, some of them just don't really make a whole lot of sense from any angle. And so when people say mountains are like giant tree stumps, well, not all mountains look like giant tree stumps. Some mountains look like giant tree stumps, but not all of them. So I don't like to make claims that all the mountains used to be trees or some shit like that, because that just doesn't seem to be true in my head. But, you know, there's a lot of people out there who believe a lot of stuff without really any sort of real evidence. So it comes down to conjecture, you know, like this mountain kind of looks like a tree stump. So therefore, giants cut down a giant tree and took it over the ice wall. Or it's like, can you prove any of that? Well, it looks like a tree stump, doesn't it? All right. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that, you guys. I am 39 years old. And one of the things I wanted to accomplish this year was I wanted to get better at playing bass guitar. Now, some of you guys might think that, like, you know, I'm already pretty good. Like, why should I care so much about being better? What happens is I let the bass sit for too many years. So over the last like 10 years, I wasn't pulling it out and practicing like hardcore. And so there's holes in my game, and I want to fix those holes and become a more complete bass player. And so this year, I'm going to practice more, like force myself to practice more. And I'm going to make it a thing to show you guys some of my new stuff and new progress, and show you guys some of the things I've been working on, so that I can keep myself motivated to keep learning new shit instead of just playing the same stuff over and over. So before it's too late, I need to master my instrument and become a better player. And so that's one thing I'm going to work on, and I'm going to set aside a couple hours a day if I can. It's going to be hard, but if I can do an hour or two a day, I'll start getting super good super fast. So I already just started working on tapping. It's like one of my new things I started working on. Javid says, I'm 32. Oh, well, good for you, man. See, next year when you're 33, people are going to consider you a Mason. You know, I remember when I was 33, and then people said, Jake, how old are you? And I'd say 33, and they'd be like, shill confirmed. Like, dude, I have to be 33 for at least a year. And then it goes away. So I remember when I was 33, people would say shill confirmed. All right, Rose with a donation says, how did you spend your day today? Getting ready for this stream. So I got up, ate some food, took Rusty for a walk, and then I started just preparing some clips and practicing the bass because I had to like set everything up and get my pedals set up and then practice a little bit and get warmed up, and that took a while. And then I had to get the stream set up. So before I knew it, it was like, shit, it's almost time to go live. So that's why I needed a few extra minutes to get all my shit together and all that, because I actually have some music videos planned to show you guys, some live concert footage. I thought we'd watch some Blue Oyster Cult footage and some classic Pantera footage and have some fun tonight. Uh, so thank you very much, Rose. I appreciate the donation. All right. So let me show you guys some pictures from my vacation. I went on vacation for like a week and a half, and I went up to Oregon. I saw Blue Oyster Cult here in Northern California, and then I went up to Oregon and saw him again. And then I camped out, met up with my dad, camped out with my dad for a night, and then went over to the beach and camped over by the beach. So I'll go ahead and show you guys some pictures. If you've never been to Oregon, it is quite beautiful. So here's a mountaintop. This was called Mary's Peak. If I can pull it up. One second. There. Huh. It's not wanting to come up. Sucks. What the fudge? Okay. We'll try this one. Well, that sucks. Well, fuck a duck. Let me try one of these video clips that I took. Maybe that'll work. Ah, okay. So it's letting me show the video clips, but it won't let me show the still shot. That's so stupid. All right, I'll try and fix that problem in a minute. But anyway, here's some video clip from the Oregon coast. It's really pretty. Shit. Yes, share. Share it, son of a bitch. There we go. So as you guys can see in the Oregon coast, it's not littered with a bunch of people and tourists. So you can actually go out walking and only bump into like a few people and have mostly, the beach to yourself. And so the beaches up there are, it's a lot more cold. So it's like 60 degrees during the day. So it's chilly. So it's not like a sunny, hot day at the beach. So if you like the cool weather during the summer, imagine it being 62 degrees and you need a sweatshirt because it's breezy. And then at night it gets into the 50s. And this is, summertime, dead of summer, and there's fog on the beach. Javid says Oregon has a flat horizon. Yeah, their beaches are super flat. Like some of the incline is really hardly noticeable to where like the beach, like you have to walk a long way out to the water, and then the high tide and low tide makes a huge difference. So like on this beach, you can see how wet it goes all the way up the shore. So when the high tide comes in, since it's so flat, it'll go up the beach quite a bit. So it was really super nice. I got more pictures to show you if I can get them to load up. Some more video too. Shay with a donation says, "Happy birthday, Jake. Tell your mom we said thanks for having you." Oh, I will. She actually just tried to call while I was streaming. I'll call her when I'm done, but I'll let her know. Thanks, Shay. I appreciate that. Mwah. All right. So I got some more I can show you. There we go. Here's me and my dad. My dad's old. Oregon coast. So there's me and my dad on the beach hanging out. Oh, someone said it didn't have sound. Okay, one sec. Let me try it again. It's a pretty short video anyway. Shit. Pain in the ass pulling all these videos up when I have so many things up on screen. Bear with me. Okay. Oregon coast, 2022. I did.
Father-son combination. Doing well on a cool beach. A long, flat, open beach. The weather's nice, and you guys are all burning up. You bet.
Yeah. Did you guys hear it that time? All right. So someone, oh yeah, I missed the super chat too. Let me go back and get that. Javid said, very private, secluded. You can kill someone there. Well, there's people on the beach. It's you wouldn't get away with murder. People are out there, just not that many. uh, but you know, that's crazy that that's where your mind goes. Thank you for the donation, Javid. You weirdo. Just kidding. All right. Let me see if I can get one of these pictures to come up. Fuck, man. All right. How the fuck do I show it? Backgrounds aren't visible in a solo layout. Motherfucker. For whatever reason, it's just not letting me show regular pictures, and I've always shown regular pictures before. It's fucking pissing me off. Well, that's a fucking pain in the ass. I guess all I got's video clips because now it's like not going to let me show pictures. That doesn't make any sense. Well, let me try showing a different picture and see if that one works. Nope. Oh, my fucking god, dude. Okay. Whatever, I guess. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got flustered for a minute there. Something simple that I've done 100 times, showing pictures, is just can't show one. Videos, yes, but not picture. It's retarded. I don't understand that. Anyway, so here's a video. Or not. Mother fucking dildo. Okay. So I can see the picture I was trying to pull up is now in the background. So somehow I set it as the background. The picture I was trying to pull up. But this video right here. Yeah, this was over on the beach. So did that one have sound? Could you guys hear that one? So as you can see, the Oregon coast is really rocky. It's different than the California coast a little bit. It's got lots of different rocks and just slightly different. So if you're looking for like a sunny beach to lay out on, Oregon's not the best for that. So it's got these more scenic rocky beaches that are really pretty. So Kenny says, here's for a birthday bowlish. So thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. I might have even missed some super chats while I was fussing with the pictures that I was trying to pull up and stuff. IJB says, you also missed my super chat. Oh, okay. Sorry. Going back right now. I got that one though. Sorry. I was trying to pull up a picture and it just wasn't letting me. It's something very simple, but it would let me show these videos and it was just flustering me. Okay. Javid says, oh, wait, I already got that one. Got that one. I don't know where it is. I'm going back a long way. Oh, is that it? There it is. We can all learn something when the buildings cried documentary about Earth's melted grid. Oh, there it is. Thank you for the donation. And so there's a documentary if you want to check into that. We can all learn something when the buildings cried documentary about Earth's melted grid. Thank you, IJB. All right, let me jump back ahead. Viking Jerk with a donation says, happy birthday, a-hole. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. So here's just some of my pictures and video clips that I took over on the Oregon coast. And let's see. Here's a one from the Umpqua River. It was really nice. I'll show you guys a clip from the Umpqua River. Can you guys hear this video or not? I know I was on mute. I know I was on mute a second ago, but can you guys hear this video now? All right, let me play it again one more time. Yeah, I know my mic was muted for a second. My bad, but I didn't know if the video was muted as well. Anyway, so here's another shot of the river.
Rest. You get out.
All right, well, there wasn't anything to hear besides just the sounds of nature pretty much anyway, so but there's some people saying they couldn't hear the audio on that one. Weird. All right, Chris Demead says yes. Thanks for the donation, Chris Demead, with a happy birthday donation. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks, Javid. Yeah, I realized I was on mute for a minute while I was putting on another video, but anyway, once I just had these videos I wanted to get through and just show you guys where I went for vacation, and it didn't go as smoothly as I thought it was to show all this shit. Thought it was going to be super easy, but no. But there it is, really beautiful. So you know, if you want to get out and see some pristine countryside, Oregon is definitely a state that has some beautiful sights that you can still go see and enjoy. All right. Silent Walk says it's a gorgeous spot. TD says, will you be slapping some bass today, Jake? I started the stream with a slap bass session. I'm still sweating because of it. So you're going to want to go back after the stream ends and watch the beginning, because I busted out of the gate with like my main tune. It's basically like my main 10 slap riffs that I sexed together. And so I basically came out of the gate with some West Coast funkin' slap stuff that I've been playing for years and started the stream with that. So still recovering, actually, catching my breath still. But you're in luck. The bass is still over there, and I just might be able to whip it out and do a little more here later. I thought we'd watch some music videos, and then maybe I'll pull it back out again. Fusion Density says, looks nice there. It really was. So in the middle of the state, it gets hot. And on the eastern side of the state, it's kind of deserty. But over on the western side of Oregon, near the coast, it gets really cool. Like next to the beach, it's like 60 degrees during the day, even in the dead of summer. And then at night, it gets into the 50s and it's chilly. You need a full-on sweater at night. But during the day, if you like low 60s and in a breeze, it's beautiful. So I would definitely go back. I was blown away by how nice it was, and I hadn't been up there in like 15 years. So I remember it being pretty, but when I got there and saw it again, it was nicer than I even remember. Silent Walk says, yeah, that was a good bass lick you did. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Claudio says, happy birthday, Jake. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, so I went up to Oregon and did some camping and also saw my favorite band play, Blue Oyster Cult. And I also visited my dad. So me and my dad don't get along very well, but we were able to make it through a night camping without strangling each other. So like I told some stories about my dad last night, how he wants to now get on YouTube and he wants to talk to an audience, but he doesn't know how. And he's like, "Can you tell me how I start talking on YouTube like you do?" Like, "Oh, you want to do what I do now?" He's like, "Well, if you talk about all that stuff like flat Earth and stuff, and you make money, well, then I could be making 10 times more money." Like, okay, Dad. So my dad, he's like old and doesn't even know how to post a YouTube video, and he's like telling me he's gonna like become more popular and do better than I than I am. Oh, he's hilarious. So when your dad says something asinine like that, it's hard to like hold back and be like, "Okay, Dad, you don't even know how to make a YouTube video, and you're somehow gonna do better than me, but then you're gonna ask me how to do it." Okay. Javid says your hat is moving and you look shiny, Jake. And then he says shrooms. No, I didn't take any today. Mm-mm. No, I just smoked a little bit and then practiced bass uh, and got all sweaty. And then I got flustered when the picture wouldn't come up earlier because it's just something so simple. You click on it and then go to share it, and it just wasn't allowing me to do it. And so I got all flustered. So it might look like I was tripping, but no, not today. I definitely took some at the Blue Oyster Cult show, though. That is definite. Whenever I go watch BOC, I always eat a couple grams. Two grams is about the perfect amount. I notice if I eat any more than that, then I start to get hot and overheat, and I start to like freak out a little bit. I garner too much attention. All right. Whoa, got some super chats coming in. Oops, that's one's already read. Jonna with a very generous donation says happy birthday from Rusty. Oh, well, thank you very much, Jonna from Rusty. Speaking of, we'll have Rusty make an appearance. Rusty, come on. Come on. Come make an appearance. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. Come on, old dog. Come here. Come here. There he is. There's the old dog. There's the Roosty. Look, Roosty, Jonna gave us a donation, and she says that that was from you. Did you have Jonna do that, Rusty? There he is. Yeah, he went to Oregon with me, camped out, slept out under the stars with me. He's a trooper. He's getting old, but he hung in there. And thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Javid says, my shrooms are kicking in. I see your skin pores. All right, bro. You don't need to like make me feel self-conscious. Don't look at my skin pores, bro. I'm a stoner. I know. I have big pores. All right. Star Rose says, he a puppy? No, he's an old dog. The rest of these like 10 years old or so. I can't say for sure because he's a rescue, but that's my guess. I've had him for a while. He's a good boy. He was sleeping, so he's like in a chill mode, but that's how he usually always is. Dare him is. Okay. All right. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys some clips from the BOC shows, show you guys how good they still are. They're probably going to retire soon, and that's my favorite band. And when I went up to Oregon, I watched them one night, and it was awesome. And so I figured I'd show you guys a clip of what a 50-year-old rock band looks like. The two founding members are the only two original members, and then they have some replacement members in the band. But the band is near the end, and they've put in a ton of shows, and they have a certain sound and a certain mystique about them when they play that I just absolutely love. And so I would like to show you guys some Blue Oyster Cult clips, and you might be familiar with the songs on the radio and whatnot. So I thought I'd show a few different clips tonight. So this one's for the guitar geeks. Do we have any guitar geeks in the chat? Any people who love the guitar? Any guitar players? So I figured I'd start by showing you guys this clip from a song called The Last Days of May. It's on Blue Oyster Cult's debut album, their first album 50 years ago. However, when they play it now, it doesn't sound like the old version on the record. And so when they get to the guitar solo section, they've updated the guitar solos, and the guitar solos they play now live are 100 million times better than the ones from the record. So that's what I thought I would show you guys. And this I know is going to work because it's here on YouTube. All right. So this one's for all the guitar geeks out there. Pay close attention. This is Richie Castellano. He's the second guitar player in the band behind Buck Dharma, the lead guitar player, the main founder of the band. So this guy's a replacement member, but he is a absolutely liquid dynamite virtuoso player. So definitely keep an eye on the strings. I think I'm going to go over here. Whoop. No. Here. There we go. Down here. All right. I'm going to hang out over here, and we're going to rock and roll. You guys ready? This is The Last Days of May guitar solos.
I'll be breathing dry, leaving so love is always there. You wouldn't be interested in coming along instead of staying here. Staying away is nice, it's starting here. That's what I
So, those of you who listened to the first Blue Oyster Cult album 50 years ago, the solo doesn't sound like that on the record. So, if you go back and listen to the record, you're not going to get that, especially not Richie's solo. So, Richie's solo is a screaming, amazing virtuoso solo. And Buck Dharma, at 74 years old, is faced with an insurmountable task of having to play a solo after a much younger, gifted guitar player just blazed it. And Buck still finds a way to play an intense solo with his own style, which matches the young Buck's solo. And you'd be hard pressed to find better guitar work, especially out of a band that has been around that long. You know, so to find a 74-year-old player who can go toe to toe with a young Buck virtuoso player like Richie Castellano is quite amazing. So this is one of the reasons I fell in love with the band and they became my favorite band, is because their old records don't sound nearly as good as how good they are now. And if you go watch them live, you get to see the best that they can possibly be nowadays with all the best equipment and whatnot. Whereas the old records, you know, they were recorded so long ago that they didn't have all these awesome guitar solos down back then. So basically, there's some bands that are more fun to watch live than they are to listen to their records. And this is definitely one of those bands. All right. I am the Lord Sri Sri Hare Hara. Says, love those guitars. The Swiss cheese and that dope ass green and gold were super dope. So Buck's guitar is called the Cheeseburger. And that is an iconic Steinberger headless guitar, custom made for Buck. And it's named the Cheeseburger. So I like when a guitar player has a guitar like name, like a certain guitar that like is synonymous with them. So Buck plays the Cheeseburger at all the shows, and he plays it basically the entire show. So you see other guitar players switch out their guitar. Buck basically plays that one the entire time, and the only time he doesn't play it is if there was a problem with it. So generally, he plays every single show, the whole show, with that guitar. So that is my favorite guitar player in the world, Buck. That is my guitar hero. He has played more shows than anybody, and still able to shred, still up there kicking ass. And so when you look at other guitar players who are no longer around and you wonder what they could have been, I'll bet you if Jimi Hendrix was still around, he wouldn't be able to lace Buck Dharma's boots at 74 years old. For Buck Dharma to play that damn good at that age is quite awesome. So to see this band age gracefully, and they're to the point where it looks like they're going to hang it up soon. So I'll show one more clip and then we'll move on to some Pantera stuff. How about we move on to some early Pantera, and then we get into what you guys think about Pantera joining up with Zach Wilde and Charlie from Anthrax and doing a wannabe reunion tour. We'll get into that later, but I'll show you guys one more BOC clip. There we go.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Everybody get home safe, man. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all. Get home safe. Party all night long. See you tonight, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
City's on Flame with rock and roll. That is my favorite band right there. I absolutely love those guys. I'm really going to miss them when they retire. So I know this next show might be the last one. And so it made me so happy I was able to get my buck pick. Here we go. Got it. I got this one in Oroville. I was front row center in Oroville. Got this from Mr. Buck. This is the pick he used to play the Reaper that night. So when he finished playing the Reaper, I was basically almost reduced to tears. And I told him, I love you, Buck. And he threw his pick. And when it hit the ground, some fat, ugly bitch thought she was going to take my pick. No, bitch. It's my Buck Dharma pick. Check it out. Ooh, yeah. Hell yeah. That's the Buck pick that he used to play Reaper. Yeah. Look. Yeah. All right. Got a bunch of donations coming in, and I'm not paying attention. Let me go back and snag these real quick. All right. Jonas says, are you going to attend the free BOC concert? Yes, I'm 100% going to be at that show front and center. That's probably the last time I might see them, because after that they're going back to the East Coast, and then they're going to Europe, and then there looks like they're going to end off in Hawaii. They don't have anything scheduled after the Hawaii show, so it looks like they're down to their last several shows and it's over. It looks like, and I'm hearing rumors that Richie Castellano, that guitar player there, the younger guy, that he's supposed to join up with some of the former members of Yes and play Yes tunes. I think that was what I heard. So it looks like the end is near for BOC. So if this is something that you want to see, they have some dates. I'll pull up the remaining dates. But yes, Jonna, I am 100% going to be at Grand Sierra for that show. It's probably going to be hot, but I will be there front row center and ready to rock and roll. So if you wanted to meet up with me, you have my number and my email, my contact info. So if you guys wanted to meet up when I'm out there, I'll probably hang out in Reno for a few days and do some advantage gambling and some partying and all that good stuff. Javid, thank you for your donation. I think I might have missed maybe some while the band was playing, maybe. Go back and check. Oh, Javid says, rock on, dudes. Yeah, not too bad for a 50-year-old band. Now, like I said, there's only 2 remaining original members, just Buck and Eric right up front there. But Richie has been with the band. The bald guy, Richie, he's been with the band for 18 years. So even though he's a replacement member, he's been with BOC for 18 years. That's a long time. So when people see Richie, they're like, who's that guy? He's not an original member. It's like, no, but he's an amazing replacement guitar player who is better than the guy who played guitar before him. So sometimes a replacement member can be better than the original damn player. And Javid says cowbell. Yeah, the cowbell is, of course, one of the funniest Saturday Night Live skits of all time. And they basically had old, what's his name, Will Ferrell bang on the cowbell during Don't Fear the Reaper. And it was so damn funny that Jimmy Fallon couldn't keep a straight face, and he was even cracking up on stage. But yeah, that's one of my favorite skits. I would show that, but I have a feeling that might get me shut down. That might be a little too mainstream. So last night I showed a video clip from an old movie, Vegas Vacation, and they shut my stream down for a few minutes. But when you go back and rewatch the replay, they didn't shut it down. It's like I keep talking and everything's fine. So they shut it down for the viewers during the live stream, but if you go back and watch the replay, everything's available now to watch. So strange shit. I was showing a clip from Vegas Vacation. They stopped the stream for a lot of people, but then I came back, and then I thought maybe I would get a strike or something, but I didn't. And I went back and watched the replay, and it doesn't even cut out. Strange shit. All right. PJ CNET said that was 100% fair usage too. Well, see, here's the thing. You can go back and watch the stream, and you'll see it just how I performed it. So on your end, it cut out live. But if you go back and watch it now, there is no cut. So it's basically you get to watch the entire clip from the movie. So I don't understand why that happened. So they did claim it, but it's not a strike. So basically any ad revenue is going to go to like Paramount or whoever the hell owns the rights to that movie. So I lost the ad revenue on it, but whatever. I don't care. Ad revenue is shit. It's all about the super chat cheddar anyway. So basically, all the money I made with the super chats is basically the only thing that matters. I hardly make shit with the ad revenue. So whenever I use a song, like if I play a Pantera song later, it's probably going to get claimed, and then the ad revenue is going to go to some corporate bigwigs, I'm sure. But that's how it goes if you want to play, something mainstream. All right. All right, so there's a couple clips from Blue Oyster Cult, and that was from the Tacoma, Washington show. I didn't go to that one, but whoever taped that one did really good. So basically, because the footage is so amazing and the sound is so good, I used that footage. So I was at the 2 shows before that, but the videos that I found online weren't near as good. So whoever recorded that video did a really good job. And so I just figured I would show you guys the most up-to-date BOC concert. So that's what they sound like in current form today. All right. Javid says, super chat cheddar Bob. Thank you very much, Javid. I appreciate that. All right. So one thing that's awesome about being a Blue Oyster Cult fan is that you can get close to the band. You can buy a ticket and get right up front and get a buck pick. Whereas if the band was called the Rolling Stones, well, then you're not going to get anywhere near the front, and you're never going to get a pick. So the awesome thing about following a band called Blue Oyster Cult is because they chose the name Blue Oyster Cult, people don't know who they are, and only the diehards really follow them and go to the shows so much anymore. So they don't have a shitload of people anymore. So maybe only 500 or 1,000 people will show up for a show rather than 5,000 or 10,000. So you get to be one with the music. You get to be right up front, and you get to be truly part of the essence of rock and roll, rather than way back up, in the top of an arena. So if you're going to go watch Motley Crue and Def Leppard, chances are you're going to be like way the fudge up there, and you're not going to have a chance to get anywhere near up front, because the second that those tickets go on sale, they're gone. So the awesome thing about liking a band that didn't become uber mega famous is that you can still go watch. So that's one awesome thing about not liking a band that's super mega popular, is that you can actually get a ticket and be close to the band within the first few rows and actually have a memorable experience. Whereas, like, if you're going to go watch Metallica, like, the chances of you getting a front row ticket or anywhere near the band is tough. And all the good seats go fast. And then if you stall, then you're going to be up there. All right. Leslie Guy says no nosebleed seats. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is once I became a BOC fan and I walked right up and saw him like that close, like I've seen BOC front row like 6 or 7 times, and I've seen him second, third row a handful of times. So I'm never far. I'm never far away from the band. There was a few shows where I got tickets late and I was maybe 10, 12 rows back or something, but I love being next to the music. And the last couple shows I was at, I'm so close to the music that when I cheer and I scream, they see me and they know me. It's like those guys have seen me enough times that they know I'm that crazy dude up front who sings and rocks out. So that's why I end up with stuff like this. Whereas your chance of getting a Kirk Hammett pick, pretty slim. you you you'd have to have gotten a ticket, during the pre-sale, and been extremely lucky to end up with a guitar pick from a guitar virtuoso in a super band. So, like I said, because the band called themselves Blue Oyster Cult and they never became mega super over the top famous, you can still get a ticket and still see an amazing show, catch a virtuoso level guitar player without breaking the bank. Emerald Rider with a donation says, HBD, you mad flat hatter. Oh, happy birthday, you mad flat hatter. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Woo. So, if you guys haven't heard the news, Pantera is going back out on the road. They're going to call themselves something related to Pantera. I don't know if they're going to call themselves Pantera or Pantera Tribute or a celebration of Pantera or a tribute to the Abbott brothers. I'm not sure, but apparently Pantera, the surviving members, Phil and Rex, are going to team up with Zakk Wylde from Ozzy and Charlie Benante, I think is his name, from Anthrax on drums. So the Abbott brothers are going to be replaced by some big name rock stars, and they're going to attempt to go back out and do a Pantera tribute tour of sorts. So hardcore Pantera fans are either calling it sacrilege, and they say it's bullshit and that there is no band without the Abbott brothers. And then there's other fans who say this is as close to Pantera as you're ever going to get, so you might as well just throw down your money and take it for what it is. So I'm kind of in between. Like, I know that Pantera is not Pantera without the Abbott brothers, but Zakk Wylde is going to do a decent job. He's going to play the tunes pretty close. And as far as the drums go, I don't really know a whole lot about the Anthrax drummer, but I'm guessing that he can hold down his parts. So it comes down to how well can Phil still sing, and I don't think he can sing quite as well as he used to, but if he gives it a go and the guys are fired up and and everyone's in the right mood, possibly it could be something fun to attend, but it wouldn't be like the old days. So I wouldn't go there expecting old Pantera, but I would go and possibly buy a ticket because it might be a fun experience and a one-time thing that you're only going to they might only do it one tour. And so if they only do this once, then perhaps it might not be the worst thing to go see a celebration of Pantera before they shut it all down, and that's the end of it. Got a lot of happy birthdays coming in. Kevin Cretan, thanks, I appreciate that. Tony's Coffee House says happy birthday, asshole. Thanks very much, Tony's Coffee House. By Faith Alone says happy birthday, bro. Appreciate it. Conspiracy Cracker says happy vaginal excretion day, Jake. Oh, thank you very much. Hod says as long as Zach keeps his mouth shut. Rose Bellman, the new Pantera. Yeah, I think they were talking about calling it the new Pantera. Okay, so Pantera has different forms. Early Pantera, and then into the early 90s, which is my favorite form of Pantera. And then into the mid 90s, they started to get more demonic and their lyrics became more like depressive. And then by the late 90s, it was like they just totally went like demonic and depressive. And there were points along the way when I go back and I watch now, I see things that bother me. So we could even discuss some of that. Like there's a point where Phil started wearing flannel shirts, but no one else in the band wore flannel. And it was almost like Phil sold his soul and started like doing really weird demonic shit. And it was like, I swear he sold his soul and put on a flannel shirt. And then he started just being a prick on stage and not putting in that much of an effort. And people were like, oh, yeah, well, flannel was cool back then. No, it was because some bigwigs told some rock stars to start fucking wearing flannels. And then every kid went and bought a flannel from J.C. Penney's and shit. So I look at the corporate bigwigs being responsible for pushing flannel into music because rock stars were never wearing fucking flannel. There's no reason to wear any flannel on stage. I swear, corporate bigwigs looking to make money on school kids who are going to have their moms buy them flannels. I swear that's where the flannel shit got pushed. Corporate bigwigs who got control of these rock stars and could make them do stupid shit like wear a flannel on stage. So you never saw Dimebag up there wearing flannels. So the Abbott brothers didn't do shit like that. But at one point, Phil comes up on stage with the damn flannel. And back then, like I said, you just thought, oh, yeah, that's like a new trend. But if you go back and look at it, like why? Why did it become a trend? Your mom is more likely to buy a flannel from J.C. Penney than she is a shirt with a demonic band on it, right? Your mom doesn't want you to wear the demonic heavy metal shirt. But she'll buy a flannel from J.C. Penney's, won't she? Just a thought. All right. Who wants to rock and roll with some Pantera? So we're going to go back to the early Phil era. So before Pantera had Phil, they had another singer, Terry Glaze. But we're going to go to the early Phil era, and we're going to see the earliest form of Pantera with Phil. And back when they were starting out in '88, hitting the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they were putting on these shows that were causing people to mosh and go crazy and headbang in a way that had never been seen before. So I found some really awesome old Pantera videos, and we're going to go ahead and watch '88 Pantera, which is an awesome version. Okay, so this is 88 Pantera. This is before Cowboys from Hell and Walk and Vulgar Display, all that stuff. So this is the early form of Pantera in their power metal days. And you can still hear the amazing guitar power. Even back then, even as young as he was a kid at this time. So Dimebag, even back then in 1988, was an amazing virtuoso level player who was absolutely killing it on the guitar. So I love these early Dimebag solos. And so this is 1988. And there's these sections where Dimebag used to just improvise solos. They'd have him just start improvising an entire solo for like 10, 15 minutes. And here, I'll go to that section because it's really awesome. So to see Dimebag exploring and improvising back in 1988 is just awesome. So when I watched Dime play back in '88, I'm just blown away by how good he was that when he was that young. It's just unreal because the old equipment and just as young as he was basically doing all the stuff Eddie Van Halen could do, but then he was like playing much meaner and faster and heavier. And so he was taking all the cool tap licks and then applying them to the metal style. And in my opinion, Dime's sound was just so tough and mean and innovative. And his playing is just very fun to watch. It's just very flashy. And so this guy definitely was my favorite Pantera member. Like the first time I saw this guy play, on the screen, I was like, that's my favorite guy in that band. That guy's the one where the music's coming from. Because that's where the music comes from, is Dime's fingertips. All right. Javid with a donation says misanthropic 1. Okay, I guess I missed that. All right, so now we're going to jump ahead to Pantera 2 years later, and we'll see the change in the band just 2 years later. Now, this next one, the audio is not the best, but what is awesome is the people going crazy. So just 2 years later in 1990, Pantera got so big in the Fort Worth area that they were starting to cause just people to just go insane and stage dive and rock out and dance like they had never seen before. And this was at the height of headbanging, back when you would get a big hairdo and bang your hair and have it go all everywhere. It was like the height of the headbanging speed metal era. So, all right, so this one is Pantera home video from Joe's Garage in Fort Worth, Texas. And this is a crazy, crazy video. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, so what I like about these old Pantera videos is the crowd just gets worked up into a frenzy, and you get to see, when Dime summons his guitar spirits and shows his superpowers of guitar, it just starts turning people crazy, and then Phil's, lyrics and his erratic dancing and his behavior, it basically, it's like when teenage kids parents go out of town and they throw a big party, and you can imagine like the most craziest out of control party that there ever was. It's basically like Pantera's going to show up, and and this is going to happen. And it's like every parent's worst nightmare, that when they leave town, their kids are going to throw some gigantic party and everyone's going to wreck the house. So what I like about these old videos, it captures that essence of rock and roll, where people started to dance more wildly and violently. And this is the first time anyone ever did stuff like that. So these early days of moshing and stage diving are quite awesome to see, because it ain't like that anymore. You can't just jump up on stage with these big rock bands and do that anymore. So I'll show you guys one more clip from this video. It's Domination, and it's really awesome.
The thing that's different about a Verbo vacation home, you always have the whole place to yourself.
Combination to close to a prayer. It's a slipping ball. Like a white deal, that's what you makes the world. And it's on the shirt. Not truly broke that there's nothing else left to say. It's a just a blood. You're not
All right. So, like I said, the audio is not the best, and some people were saying it wasn't loud enough. I had it cranked as loud as it would let me go. So, but if you want to go back and watch, this is the type of stuff I watch on my free time if I want to rock and watch an old classic concert. This is uh, a really cool classic Pantera video where you get to feel that the rush of energy from the crowd. You can see they whipped this crowd into a frenzy, and the people were going absolutely insane. I've never got to play for a crowd like that. I've played for some cool crowds, but never anything like that. And I've also never been to a show quite like that either. So I wasn't able to make it to see Pantera while they were still playing. So if I am going to go, this reunion new Pantera tour would probably be the only chance. PSOSB or PKOSB says talk about talent. Yeah, so that was 1990 Pantera, still before they had totally blown up with Vulgar Display. So they were still hitting the Texas area at this time. They hadn't quite blown up and taken over the United States and went on tour worldwide yet. All right. So, my favorite Pantera concert of all is live in Los Angeles. So, if I was forced to pick one Pantera concert video, I would recommend Pantera live in Los Angeles 1992. So, if you're a Pantera fan and you want to watch an entire show from their heyday, this one right here is the best one that I have found. The sound is really good. The video quality is good for an old camera, and it's a really good set list. So, we'll go ahead and throw down Walk. After this ad from Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Can you see I'm equally bothered by resistance? One step from last thing out of you. You are answering under my skin and call yourself a friend. I've got more friends like you, but do I kill? It's there, it's back anymore. What it takes, who I am, but I'm you alone. You care, do something or not. Be yourself, by yourself, stay away from me. Unless you learn to love, don't fall from torn outside. We show. Whoa, what you say? We go. Whoa, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Right around, but I'm not around. It's easy to achieve. You try to weak words back to my life. Get out of violence, play your song. No secret, tell me you're everyone. Is there a bad anymore? What it takes, who I am, and I'm good alone. You can't be something you're not. Be yourself, by yourself. Oh shit. Oh yes, Lord should learn. Don't fall, it's all outside. We back. Whoa, what is that? Affliction. We back. Whoa, I ain't fucking a man. We back. Affliction. Whoa, dead. We back. Whoa, I ain't fucking a man. I ain't talking to me! No way, you fucking fuck! Go on! Come on! Whoa! What did you say? Whoa! Are you talking to me? Whoa! What did you say? Whoa! Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Walk on, old boy! This one is slow and fucking heavy. Thank you very much.
There you go. So there's the evolution of Pantera, and that's pretty much when the band blew up and became gigantic, was when they released Vulgar Display, and Walk was played on MTV, and they had a number of awesome hits on that record. So that's the probably the best Pantera concert you can find if you want to watch all the Vulgar Display songs. That's probably the best one that you're going to find. There's only so many live concerts out there of Pantera, and so your choices are fairly limited. So they didn't play back in the day when everyone had a phone and everyone had a camera. So your choices, are slim pickings when it comes to full concerts with good audio. So I've basically seen them all. I went online and watched all the live footage that there pretty much is of Pantera, and those are some of the best videos that I like to go back and rewatch. So I figured on my birthday stream that we would just watch some cool music videos that I like to watch, and I knew it wasn't going to be like the most important stream as far as like truth or learning anything new goes. Is mainly it's my birthday, and I just thought we would rock and roll and party and talk music and have some fun today. So that's what we're doing. All right. So would you guys go watch new Pantera with Zach Wild and an aging Phil and Rex? Do you think that that's something that you would pay money to go see? Stephen Crumley says, "Fuck no to new Pantera." Misanthropic says, "Even if you don't like ICP, juggalos are good people." Well, I would bet that there's some good juggalos, but there's probably some juggalos who aren't good people. So I would, say that you shouldn't paint that big of a crowd with such a broad brush, I guess you could say, because there could definitely be some bad people mixed in at those shows. But I hear they do their camp out thing and everyone has a wonderful time. And it's like a Burning Man for the juggalos, or Woodstock for the juggalos. And I hear everyone has fun. And I've watched some of the videos, and it does look like it would be a fun show if you were into their music and that atmosphere. But it's a little too meth trailer parky for me. It's like they're a little over the top white trash in some ways, to where I don't know. But I have heard that that festival is fun. Shavid says, "What's a juggalo? A gigolo? A juggalo is someone who likes the Insane Clown Posse and goes to their shows and is all into it. So the Clown Posse, they paint their face and they have like really hardcore fans who are into their stuff. And so if you're one of the diehards who go to ICP shows and you go to their camp out every year, then you're considered a juggalo." Flip Flat says, "R.I.P. Dimebag Daryl, Nathan Bray, Damage Plan, Jeff Mayhem Thompson all died on December 8th in Ohio on the 24th anniversary of John Lennon." Yeah, it's a weird deal. A part of me wants to think it was maybe some sort of set up fake death deal, but uh, it's hard to put my finger on exactly what happened because um, I feel like Phil at some point sold his soul out, and then maybe the Abbott brothers weren't down with some of the demonic shit and the evil side of the business that Phil got involved with, and perhaps that's part of the reason why they wanted to go do their own thing. And so I wonder if part of the repercussion for selling your soul and then maybe going against your contract, or doing something that the elites didn't look too fondly on. Perhaps they sent some madman to go do that. I can't be sure as to what happened on that day, but a part of me wonders if Phil sold his soul off, and maybe the other guys in the band did at some point too, but then they maybe decided that they didn't want to partake in that part of the industry anymore. And maybe the Abbott brothers decided they wanted to go do their own band away from Phil, and perhaps that's why they paid the price. So I can't say for sure what sort of contract these guys signed and what sort of people they dealt with in the record industry. So I don't know. And I don't know for sure if it was just some crazy guy who jumped up on stage and just did something insane, or if he was put up to it by some crooked people. So as far as that one goes, I can't say for sure that he's not dead or that he is dead, because it seems like there was a lot of sadness and emotion, and that the tears and the emotion coming from the people at that show was real. I didn't spot any crisis actors with duper's delight smiles. So it seemed like the emotion was genuine sadness surrounding that event. So I am inclined to believe that it did happen. But on the world stage, you never can be too damn sure. Ivan Rickson says same with Leonard Skinner. Always found that plane crash suspect is fudge. All right. Leslie Guy says blood sacrifice. Well, there's some clips like I said, I've watched like all the Pantera footage, and there's one show in Philadelphia that makes me kind of uncomfortable to watch because it seems like Phil gets really into this demonic stuff. And I swear there's like one part where he has this shirt that says "I hate God," and then he even says he screams like "reject God" up on stage. And he started just doing like weird, more demonic shit, and it got away from playing really cool, heavy music and putting on a good show for the crowd. It started to get kind of strange and dark and demonic and depressing. And those are the dark days of Pantera that I don't like as much. And so when I watched some of the old concert footage in the late 90s, they started to get weird, and Phil especially. So Dime would still go up and put on really good performances, but Phil, his attitude and his demeanor changed. And there's one show they did at like spring break with MTV where I swear Phil gets down on his knees and he does some like Illuminati like symbolism shit, and all the rest of the guys in the band don't do any of that stuff. So it was always Phil doing really weird shit towards the end, and it makes me wonder if the bad guys got to him and bought him off, and perhaps the Abbott brothers didn't want to go along with evil demonic Pantera, and they decided to go do their own thing, and perhaps they had already signed a contract and sold their soul already, and perhaps they paid the ultimate price for going against that deal. I don't know for sure, and I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of what really happened that day, but it is a sad deal that Dime's no longer around to play, and I miss, you know, being able to watch his guitar solos, and I never got to see him live, so I'm sad that the only version of Pantera I can go see is old Phil and old Rex and Zach Wild and some guy from Anthrax. All right. Let's see. Pretty much showed the music clips I wanted to show today. Javid says someone posted Rob Skiba and Mac Parhar both died on their 39th birthday. I hope that Jake stays safe tonight. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll make it because it's 7 p.m. and so there's only 5 hours left, and I'm pretty much going to be hanging around my office. Maybe take the dog out for a walk once the stream ends. So I should be okay. And plus, those guys are shills. There's the difference. I'm a real dude. Those guys are shills who both pretended to have the C word. All right. Here, I'll show you guys a cool slap bass video from somebody you've probably never heard of. So Kenny G's bass player is actually really good, and he actually has some really cool slap licks. So let me put on a Vale Johnson video from Arsenio Hall. All right. So here's one of my favorite slap bass videos. This is Kenny G's bass player, and believe it or not, Kenny G's bass player is fucking awesome. And this is a classic clip from the Arsenio Hall show. It's only a couple minutes, so not a long video.
Vale.
Yeah.
When I was talking about how bad you were,
Uh-huh.
I was checking out some of the faces of people, and I had a feeling they really didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't know.
Well, I understand that.
Come down here just for a minute.
Yeah?
Yeah. Come down here just for a minute. You know what I want you to do?
Oh, no.
I want you to work them thin.
All right.
Bad, boy. Bad. Can I get a pause? Can I get a pause right here? A pause. I want one more. I want one more. Right here. Don't black people love bass? Oh, Lord. Look at that thing, man. Look at that. Here it comes, here it comes. Work them there. One more time, one more time. Let's tell them who's on the show. Bring it down.
There you go, little Vale Johnson, the bass player from Kenny G. A lot of people don't know Kenny G's bass player is a sick mammer jammer. Yeah, see, so that's one of the guys who I watched who did really fast double thumb stuff. So that's actually one of my inspirations. And so that's a bass player that is kind of unrecognized and is super talented. You never hear anybody really talking about Kenny G's bass player, but pretty awesome. XX Logic says, don't forget Flea. Well, of course not. Flea is awesome. Flea is a slap bass pioneer. He's definitely one of the top slap bassists in the entire world. So if there was a list of top 10 bass players of any kind, Flea's definitely going to be on that list. Most people, if you make a top 10 bass players list, Flea's going to be somewhere on the list, probably closer to the top. All right. Sunflower 777 says, in my opinion, Claypool is near the top, if not at the top. He's badass too. I like his style. It's a little twangy, so I tried not to like copy Claypool's stuff too much because I didn't want to be considered like a Claypool knockoff or ripoff. So I tried to develop my own sounds and styles in my singing voice, especially when I sing songs. I didn't want to have any twangy vocal like Les Claypool. So whenever I would write a tune, I would make sure to sing it like myself and not sing anywhere near Les Claypool. So that way my bass playing and my voice would stand out so that I wouldn't be lumped in as being a Claypool knockoff. And still, even when I try not to sound like Les Claypool, people will still tell me that I remind them of Les Claypool. So even like I said, that I went out of my way to not sound like him, people still say you remind me of Les Claypool. So there's no escaping it. Oh shit, I missed some super chats a while back. Totally. My bad. Let me go back. I saw them going by earlier and I missed it. Okay. Javid says, don't go for that walk, bro. Missed 2 chats. Well, I'm gonna go for a walk later. No one's gonna kill me if I go out for a walk. My dog goes out for a walk every day and every night, rain or shine. Got that one. Misanthropic says, I know Bobzilla from Damage Plan, and he seems legit like that Dimebag pretty much died in his arms. Yeah, all those guys who tell the story, they do a pretty good job of seeming legitimately sad and brokenhearted, including Vinny. So they would have to be all really damn good crisis actors and good enough to fool me and good enough to fool you. Javid says, have you heard of a movie called American Satan about rock stars selling their soul and sacrificing? Not subliminal in the movie. It's straightforward. Well, if you just look at, Dave Chappelle, for instance, he has a famous quote that says, if you're a person who generates money, then there's going to be a vested interest in controlling you. Well, if you're a guy who generates money, then there's going to be a vested interest in controlling you. And if you look at what Dave Chappelle is now, there was such a vested interest in controlling him that they got rid of the original, and now there's a replacement Dave Chappelle. I think that our president is being played by actors. So I don't even think that there's really a Joe Biden as we know it, that he's being played by a team of actors. And shit, if you go back far enough, they say, Paul McCartney from the Beatles got in a car wreck and died, and they replaced him with a look-alike. And so they could have been replacing people for many, many years. And so this is nothing new in the world of Hollywood. And I'm even starting to hear people talking about celebrities being replaced who I didn't even notice. So I just saw a video the other day here on YouTube that was saying that Avril Lavigne has been replaced. And I never got into Avril Lavigne. I was never a fan. I remember her stupid music, but I never got into it. But apparently the girls who is playing the part of Avril Lavigne now has a different voice and different handwriting. And the hardcore fans who grew up with Avril Lavigne are saying that this person playing the part of Avril Lavigne now is definitely not her. So it's interesting when other people, outside of me and what I think, have theories that line up similar to mine as far as celebrities being replaced. So now you're getting, hardcore fans of celebrities who I'm not keeping up with who are saying this person is not the same person anymore, which lines up exactly with what I think is going on in Hollywood. I think if you become a powerful entity and you don't want to go along with the program, that it can be easier for them to just go ahead and get rid of you and replace you. So that leads me to believe that Pantera was gigantic and they wanted them to sell their soul and create dark demonic music. And I think at some point they did do that, especially Phil. And possibly the Abbott brothers decided that they didn't want to be a part of that anymore and that they wanted to go do their own thing. And perhaps the repercussions of them deciding to go do their own thing after they have perhaps already sold their soul is that a madman could be sent by the evil elites as a patsy to go commit this heinous crime. And I can't tell you for sure what happened that day, but that's kind of my guess, is that the band got gigantic and there was some sort of the selling of the soul or something that went on, and Phil was getting real evil and demonic, and the guys weren't quite getting along with him, and they lost touch with him, and the brothers decided to just go do their own thing, and perhaps that wasn't allowed. Oh, got a cute chick who just texted me from Bumble. I just tried a new app. I had a friend tell me Bumble is the one to use now because the women have to send the first message. So I just tried a new app and some cute girl just messaged me. So we'll see how that goes. She doesn't know I do this stuff, so it probably won't work out when she finds out that, you know, I'm crazy. Oh, this guy's going bye-bye. Come on. There we go. Block. Boom. See you later, loser. Hey, come on, mods. You have a guy saying flurfs are fucking morons and not one mod spots them. Maybe none of my mods are paying attention. All right. Mycolis V says Eminem has definitely been replaced. Yeah, Eminem is an obvious one. I don't know, like, how more people don't notice. Well, he just got older. No, he looks like he got younger. Have you looked at him lately? It looks like they have a guy in his 30s playing the part, and he's too tall and doesn't quite look right. So they have him like wear this hoodie and stuff. And it's almost like they have 3 or 4 different dudes playing the part of Eminem now. It's like they had this like butch dyke lesbian looking Eminem. And then they have like this tall one who like looks a little too young. And people are like, he got older. He just did drugs and got older. No. He's been replaced. That's why when I say these things, hundreds of thousands of people watch the video and agree with me. All right. Javid says, I'm on shrooms and Misanthropic is drunk. My bad. Yeah, well, that'll happen when you're on shrooms and she's drunk. I guess. John Doe says, white lives matter. Indeed, they do. I like to think white lives matter more so than black. I'm allowed to think that. That's not racist. That's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion is white lives matter more than black, and more than yellow, and more than red, and more than any color. You know why? Because white's my favorite. I'm allowed to say white's my favorite, okay? Here's the deal. Black people are like my third favorite, right behind white, number 1, and then yellow and red, brown, all tied for number 2, and then black is number 3. So they're my third favorite. Looks like we got a hater in chat who's talking about flat Earth. And we're not even talking about flat Earth, stupid hater. So there's people in chat who are like, flat Earth is mental illness. Flat Earth is retarded. It's like, dude, we aren't even talking about it. We're watching music videos. Shut up. Go kill yourself, stupid bitch. Seriously. We've been watching Pantera videos and Blue Oyster Cult videos, and we have not talked about flat Earth at all. So if you're a fucking loser who hates the fact that I've talked about flat Earth before in other videos, and you're going to come here and interrupt my birthday stream that doesn't have anything to do with flat Earth at the moment, it's because you're a stupid, no good piece of shit retard, and you should kill yourself, you fucking faggot. This is a comedy show. Comedy show. I'm allowed to say that. Javid says, put the chat on subscriber mode. No, that's fine. I don't mind blocking these people. Once they're blocked, they're gone for good. Then they have to go switch accounts. That's fine. I'm having fun. You know, I was just going to have a good time tonight and just show some music videos and shoot the shit. That was all I had planned for today. It's just a random Tuesday. It's my birthday. And I just thought I would have a fun stream where we don't discuss anything too serious or over the top. And we just talk about music and have some fun, stuff like that. And seems that the haters just can't handle that. Too bad. Wow, these guys are relentless tonight. Keep showing up, dude. I'm going to block every damn one of you. I don't give a shit. If you think that your like stupid comments hurt me, they don't. You know how much I think about you stupid haters? Not at all. Never. Like when I went to Oregon and went camping and went over to the coast and watched Blue Oyster Cult, do you think I was thinking about you stupid retarded ass haters? No, I wasn't. Do you think like you matter now? I press a button, you go away. It's that easy. Like, I'm fighting against Jake on his birthday because I'm a fucking loser. I don't like Jake having a birthday and doing a live stream and making money while I'm sitting at home being a fucking loser hater. So I'm going to type stuff in the chat to try and hurt his feelings. Okay. It basically just proves you're a no good piece of shit loser with no life who watches me on my birthday and bitches and moans like a sissy little shit while I make money and have fun doing what I love for a living. Rose Bellman says, here are some shekels, Jake. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you very much, Rose. And believe it or not, it's not about the shekels. It's about having fun with my audience and the people I love on my birthday. Because it is my birthday. And I'll block you if I want to. So don't piss me off. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Skee-la-dee-la-dee. Channel 4. Your mom's a whore. All right. Rich Kilbasa says, happy birthday, Jake. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Glad to see you here, buddy. Stacy Daisy says, happy birthday to you. XOXO. Logic XX says, love you too, brother. Leslie Guy says, we love you too, Jake. Thank you very much. Foamfoot with a happy birthday, Jake message. Thank you. PKOSB says, happy birthday, Jake. Thank you. Weird Cat says, happy birthday, Mr. Gibson. Thank you. Chungus Khan says, happy birthday, Jake. Thank you. Silver and Dirt says, happy birth face. Thank you. Jonna, holy cow. She sends another generous donation. Says, let's party. It's Jake's birthday. Yeah, it's time to party. Are you guys ready to party? Yeah. Boom, boom. It's party time. Let's get busy. Whoop, there it is. Hit me. Whoop, there it is. I don't even know why I went into whoop, there it is. That's weird. It's like, yeah, it's time to party. Whoop, there it is. All right. Thank you very much, Jonna, your donations. I appreciate that. You're an awesome subscriber to have. And hopefully when I come up to Nevada for the BOC show, we can finally meet up. Rich says, you're not 39. You're 3 baker's dozen. Age always seems younger when expressed in dozens. That's right. I'm 3 baker's dozens old. That's not confusing at all. Sounds really young. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. All right. Okay, so I see we have over 100 people watching and 149 thumbs up. Why don't you guys smash the thumbs up if you're having a good time, and perhaps we'll keep the party rolling, and maybe we can get into some shenanigans. You know, I haven't done any voices tonight. I don't think so. So if we want to get into some impressions, I'm having fun. I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying the stream. So perhaps now is a good time if you guys have any requests that I break out some of the impressions. All right. Let's see. Perhaps we can see what Richie from Boston has to say about the Hoover Dam. He would probably say something like, hey, YouTube, what's going on? Richie from Boston here. Now, I got to tell you, they've been prepping this Hoover Dam for some time. The Chinese drones, all right, they're going to shoot a microscopic laser beam, all right, a direct energy weapon, all right, the finger of God weapon. They're going to shoot that right at the Hoover Dam, all right? And then what's going to happen? Las Vegas is going to lose power, all right? And then you're going to see complete chaos. Now, everything I've ever told you has happened, all right? So it amazes me that when I say these things, people still don't want to listen. But at any rate, I digress. So like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. The Richie from Boston. I'm out. There you go. Misanthropic says, do you do Kermit? Kinda. I kind of do a cross between Kermit and Jiranism. So Jiren kind of sounds like Kermit a little bit. Hey guys, I'm Jiren here. So I'm going to be watching a video. Yeah, I'm Kermit's Frog. I'm Jiren. Hey guys, Kermit the Frog here. Jiren. Something like that. Pot Fried 420 says happy birthday with a donation. Thank you very much, Pot Fried. PKOSB says the finger of God. All right, we got a request for Trump. You people already know. I don't have to tell you. You already know that I'm coming back, all right? You know that the vote was rigged, all right? They did not count the votes correctly. This time I'm not only going to win, I'm going to win by a landslide. And I already have Trumptricity planned to help fix the power outages that the dam is going to create. If the Hoover Dam is to blow, we have Trumptricity lined up and ready to go. When I take back over as the leader of the free world, you're going to be running your homes on Trumptricity, all right? It's more efficient, it's lighter, it's better, it's prettier, it's cleaner. You're definitely going to want to be running your homes on Trumptricity, all right? I'm going to win by a landslide. The liberals are going to say that I stole the election. Let me tell you something. That man stole the election last time, and this time you're going to see what's going to go down, all right? You're going to see. After I win by landslide, I'm going to take Creepy Joe, all right? I'm going to lift him up by the scruff of his neck, all right? And I'm going to throw him in jail. You're going to see that man in jail, all right? I promise you. And then right after that, I'm going to get the 4th round of boosters warp speeded right into your veins, all right? I love you. Vote for me. Trump 2024. There you go. There you go. Little Trump for ya. Trumpy poo. Uh-oh. My nemesis, Primetime 99. All right, Primetime. Then we got a super chat coming in for Elmo. All right, since the super chat's coming in for Elmo, that one's going to take priority right now. Got a $25 super chat. Says happy birthday. Jake requests for Elmo if possible.
It's Elmo's birthday. Do you know how old Elmo is? Elmo's an old man. That's what makes Elmo so creepy. Elmo is a puppet, and an old man has his hand up Elmo's ass. Do you want to be Elmo's friend? Elmo knows that the earth is flat. Elmo tried to go to the moon, but Elmo realized that nobody can go to the moon because the moon is a hologram.
There you go. Little Elmo for you. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. All right. And then we had a Primetime request.
Einstein, Primetime grind on the grind all the time. You know how I grind. I'm grinding starting on the 9 all the damn time. You gotta vaccinate the Lone Star State. You gotta vaccinate the Lone Star State. I'm gonna vaccinate. I'm trying to trigger the liberals. I'm making the liberals look stupid. I'm triggering the liberals. Yay! Trigger the liberals. I love vaccines. Gotta vaccinate the Lone Star State. Primetime 99. All the grind time on the 9. You know how I grind. I be grinding on the time with the 9 on the time on the stand. Grind time now and on the stand.
There you go. Little Alex Stein for you. Earlsworth79 says, what else can you offer? Well, besides those voices, I do some more voices. So I'm offering you what I offer. If you don't like what I offer, you can piss off. Sunflower says, Beavis and Butthead. My butt feels funny. Beavis, something's always wrong with your butt.
Yeah, I know. It's like I need TB. I need TB for my bunghole. My name is the Great Cornholio. You will give me TB for my bunghole.
Beavis, settle down, or I might have to kick your ass.
No way. You kick my ass.
Beavis, if you don't settle down, I'm going to slap the holy bejesus out of you.
We're gonna score. Yeah, it's like we never get to meet any hot chicks. We never get to score. It's like I want to score. Damn it! I want to score. I want to score with a hot chick. Yeah.
Beavis, you're gonna die alone. You're just gonna spank your monkey.
Yeah, I know. That's what sucks. I'm tired of spanking my monkey.
There you go. Apparently they have a new movie on like Paramount Plus or something. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm thinking I might order it. But the problem is I saw a clip that they like go to outer space, so I know they're just going to ruin it. So apparently there's a new Beavis and Butthead movie, but they go to like outer space, and so it's probably going to be ruined. And just like they have to ruin everything good in life, they're going to ruin Beavis and Butthead. PK OSB says, you really sound like them for real. Well, I did do a Flat Earth Beavis and Butthead video a long time ago, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably missed that one. So let me see if I can go ahead and find it. I basically did my own Beavis and Butthead parody 5 years ago, and it was actually really hard, but I matched up the voices to the lips moving as best I could, and made my own Flat Earth Beavis and Butthead video. So those of you guys who've been following my channel since the beginning are going to remember this, but those of you who are newer to the channel, or you've only been following for a few years, well, you're about to be blown away. All right, so let me go ahead and share this bad boy. Actually, I haven't seen this in a while, so I'm glad I reminded myself.
They're not role models, not even human or cartoons. Some of the things they do will cause a person to get hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported. To put it another way, don't try this at home.
Hey, look, check it out. I think it's like Matthew Powerland.
Who's that?
He's like this dude who says the earth is flat.
Wait a minute. What?
He says earth is flat and NASA never went to the moon.
Well, I don't know, Butthead. I'm pretty sure like Buzz Lightyear and Lance Armstrong landed on the moon.
Beavis, you dumbass. You're thinking of Louis Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Who is that guy, Butthead?
That's like Eric Dubé. He says if you go to the ocean and you pull out your stethoscope, you can like make like a boat reappear after it like disappears or something.
He's like, I'm Eric Dubé.
Yeah, he thinks he's all tough because he knows like Wang Chung karate.
Ask you, do you know the definition of Billy?
Hey, butthead, what's a shill?
I think that's like the bottom part of your leg. Yes! It's the flat earth asshole. The flat earth asshole kicks ass.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty cool. I saw that guy playing bass at, like, this bar.
You've never been inside a bar, Beavis.
Yeah, I know, but I was, like, standing around out in, like, front, and, like, they had the door open, so I, like, got to peek inside for a minute. You weren't there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, right. You just stayed home and spanked your monkey.
Oh, yeah. Hey, butthead, is the Earth like a ball?
You said ball. NASA never went to the moon.
This is like the funkiest song ever. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
Beavis, get the hell down from there before I
don't
kick
touch
your
me,
ass.
asswipe.
Damn it, right now.
Get
Get
the
the
hell away
hell
from me.
down from there before I kick your ass. Damn it, I'm gonna count to 3, Beavis. 1, 2,
Yeah.
oh!
United Healthcare offers coverage plans designed.
Oh man, you guys know how that took so long to make that video, but that was back in the day when I would spend 2 weeks on a video. That took so long to do. I remember like staring at my phone and the editor for weeks trying to get that just right. So when I go back and I'm like, God, I used to get so many views. How come I can't get that many views anymore? It's like, oh yeah, that's right. YouTube wasn't owned by Google. YouTube was still cool. There were no algorithms holding me down. And oh yeah, I used to spend 2 weeks on a video and I made awesome videos. It's like, no wonder I used to get so many more views. Foamfoot says that was a great video. Semper Fish says, no joke, that was really good. I know. I liked it too. I made it purposely to be good. I was trying to impress myself when I made that video. Chungus Khan says, Beyond Gold, that was gold and so much more, man. Holy shit. Yeah, see, when I first got into YouTube, you know, like the world was my oyster. It was like I just found out that the earth is flat and my channel was blowing up and Matt Boylan, one of the guys I watched, Matt Powerland, became my friend and Eric Dubé was watching my videos and subscribed to my channel and everybody loved me. So that was like at a time where I was like basically the king of the flat earth. Rose Bellman says, have you ever thought of exposing the grifter piece of shit Dalai Lama? No, I guess I never have, but I could do something like that. It just never crossed my mind. Thank you for the donation, though, Rose. I'll consider it. God, somebody brought up Mr. Anderson, who is also Hank Hill. Damn it, Bobby. Boy, I'll tell you what. Well, I sell propane and propane accessories. Boy, let me tell you what. There's nothing like a cold beer on a hot day and some propane accessories. So Hank Hill, it's the same voice as Mr. Anderson from Beavis and Butthead, and that's always an easy voice I've been able to do since I was a kid. Well, let me tell you what. Damn it, Bobby. Boy, I tell you, that boy ain't right.
But, Dad, I'm just Bobby Hill. I'm just a little fat boy.
Damn it, Bobby. You need to quit being a little fucking weirdo. No, Hank Hill never said the F word. Laugh my ass off. Misanthropic says, please do Hank Hill. Well, there you go. Hank Hill and Mr. Anderson are both the same person, basically. It's the same voice. Now, boy, let me I sell propane and propane accessories. Well, let me tell you what. If those boys are whacking off in my tool shed again, me and you are going to tango. Yep, Mike Judge does the voices. Yep. Sunflower says, can you do Jack Nicholson? Oh, let's see. If I was to try, it'd be like, so you're telling me he's a Batman, huh? Wait till they get a load of me. It's like Jack Nicholson from Batman. There you go. The Batman, huh? Well, wait till they get a load of me. He's the Batman, a man who dresses like a bat. Not the best, but I've never really practiced Jack Nicholson. Javid, you can't handle the truth. Yeah, that was a big line. That movie, Few Good Men. I remember my mom watching that movie like over and over again, and me as a kid being like, "This is a boring movie, Mom." So when I was a kid, when that movie first came out, and I remember thinking it was just boring and stupid. But yeah, everyone repeated that line. So anytime there was any sort of court scene going on, like somebody would make a joke and be like, "You can't handle the truth." I think the best Jack Nicholson movie was As Good as It Gets with Helen Cunt. I really do. I think that's the best Jack Nicholson that he ever was, because it was like he was like a crazy weirdo version of himself. And it's like a twisted love story that's like weird and creepy, but also heartwarming at the same time. So I would have to say As Good as It Gets is the best Jack Nicholson movie. It's like just pure Jack. This is as hardcore as he can go. And like I said, it's kind of like a heartwarming love story, but it's also like weird. But in a good way. Oh, Easy Rider. Yeah, okay. I forgot about that. Javid with a donation says Helen Cunt bathtub scene. Hey, she was kind of hot back then. Kind of. Slightly. Sunflower says I loved him in Easy Rider. That was a pretty cool movie, except the end was a little weird. Like when the the cowboy guys or whatever, the hillbillies, pull up with the shotgun and they fucking shoot him dead. It's like, I don't know. It's just a really weird ending. And then like it just was a strange way to end the movie. But it was a pretty heavy movie. Leslie Guy says, if she's a she. Yeah, good point. Never can tell these days. Or you can tell. And it's definitely not a she. Tyler asks, 432 asks if I'm prepping. Not really. I have some stuff stored, but I live in an office basically and am out on the road a lot and traveling around and stuff. So I don't really have a big, gigantic like warehouse full of food or anything. So if the shit hits the fan, I'm just going to have to like start killing squirrels and stuff. I'm just going to become more of a fisherman and a hunter. That's my plan, is like I'm just going to start shooting squirrels with my pellet gun and going fishing more often. Javid says, seen Jack Nicholson in The Departed. I don't think I did. I think that's one that I never did see. Oh, got Foamfoot asking for some bass. You know what? I might just have to do that. I might just have to. Whoop. Shit. There. It when my strap gets all tangled. All right. All right. I think I'll do a classic solo bass Jake tune that I haven't done in a while. Check, hey. Check, hey. Check. All right. This one's called Booty Bumpin'. Helps if I plug in the bass. Totally didn't have it plugged in. That totally helps. All right. This one's called Booty Bumpin'. Goes like this. Say I've been feeling lately, something isn't right now. You got me kind of crazy, you got me feeling something. Ooh, this is what I know. I like to keep that booty bumping, just like the night before. You know you like it slowly, I gives it to you fast. My memories were faded, we got to make it last. Got to make it last. Got to make it last.
last. Ooh, it's party time. Baby, say I've been feeling lately. Something is right now. You got me kind of crazy. My brains are feeling hazy. This is what I know. So I base get your booty bumping, just like the week before. You know you like it slowly, but I gives it to you fast. My memory's fading. We got to make it last. We got to make it last. Got to make it last. Last. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn, girl. Woo, baby, say I've been feeling lately. Something is right now. You got me kind of crazy. My brains are feeling hazy. Let me see what I know. I like to get this party started, just like the week before. You know you like it slowly, now gives it to you fast. My memory's fading. I think I'm about to blast. I'm about to blast. Think I'm about to blast. Ooh, if you know what I mean. There we go, little booty bumping for you there. That's a classic jam I used to play many years ago when I used to be known as Solo Bass Jake. Yeah, there you go. Little funky jam there. Chungus Khan says, "Take my fucking panties, you savage, beastly man animal." I have to pull that up on screen. That's just funny. He said it, folks. He wants me to take his panties because I'm a savage, beastly man animal. I'm a manimal. All right. Let's see here. I wake and wake up in the morning and I'm off to class. Gotta hit the highway, I'm speeding, y'all. Hauling some ass, stuck in the parking lot. But I can't find a spot. I'ma park it in the handicap and hope I don't get caught. Trying to get the last head it straight to you from overseas. I grow my own trees to feed the disease. I'm only using top-notch seeds. These dirty deeds be the bee's knees. Can you get the last hit? Can you get the last hit? Can you get the last hit? With nonverbal communication, I use symbolic logic and I flip off the nation. My pothead homies blaze it up to this song, converting soapy bottles into soapy bombs. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit on that funky green? Your sativa's really nice and damn that indica looks mean. It's almost harvest time. Hope no one drops a dime. The DEA be taking yours, they ain't taking mine. Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? Can I get the last hit? There you go. That one's called The Last Hit. Another classic from my solo bass Jake library from many years ago. All right. Hopefully sounding good on yours end. Let's see. Leslie Guy says, damn, Jake rocks with his cock out. That's what you want to call it? Okay. All right. Foamfoot says, what a treat from Jake. Outstanding. Oh, thank you very much, Foam. I appreciate that. All right.
right. Let's rip it up a little. Here we go. Whew. All right. Tyler says better than less Claypool. Oh, well, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. You know, it all comes down to your preference of sounds and noises that different players make. And if you really do believe that, then I appreciate that. But he's been playing much longer than me, and he's way more famous than I'll ever be. So I'll take that compliment, and I appreciate that. Whew. Whew. This is a young man's game, let me tell you. All right. Oh yeah, and for those of you who missed the first solo that I did, I also been working on my tapping a little bit. So I'm still working on it. I just started working on the tapping. So basically, something like this. Whew. Still working on the tapping. Still getting used to it. So I've only been tapping for like a couple days. So that's how good I got tapping. So you guys have never seen me do tapping until just recently. So I watched a tapping video and that's how far I got in like one day. So it's actually not that hard if you've been playing for a long time. So I'm starting to get used to it. So hopefully if I practice for like a year or two, I can tap all over the neck and get really crazy and do some Eddie Van Halen style bass stuff, you know? Still practicing. All right. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah. That'll get you tired if you're playing all by yourself. Sean, dang, you are old as dirt. I guess once you're 39, you are as old as the dirt. So there is no dirt that is 40 years or older. All dirt that exists is 39 years and younger. Tyler 432 says, "Nice work, sir. Take a break for sure." Oh, I had to. Starting to get a little lightheaded there. Every once in a while, I'll do like a super fast lick, like, and then I'll be like, "Whoa, need to take a few extra breaths." Retro Bill says, "Bravo, Jake. Can you please ask Rusty what his pronoun is?" Rusty, what's your pronoun? He says he's a dog. Rusty is a good dog. That's his pronoun. That's what he just told me. CJ Morey says, "You don't look it, Jake. You look 30 years old still. I'm 33. So if I shave my my face clean and I get a haircut and I dye my gray hairs, I do look younger. But if I let my hair grow out, and let my beard grow out, and you can see the gray hairs and stuff, then I start looking more my age. So I notice it comes down to hair. Take this hair off, and then I dye this hair just brown so that you can't see gray. And then suddenly I look 5 to 10 years younger. It's weird." Bobby Steele says, "You are so old you fart dust." What's weird is there's like multiple Bobby Steels, and I swear one of them's cool, and I think it's like this guy's an actual fan of the channel. But then there's somebody who spells the name the same way, but they have like a lion or something as the logo, and they're like a dick, and they come over and they say shill shit. So I swear there's more than one Bobby Steels spelled the same way, and one of them is a cool guy who like hangs out here, and then another guy comes over and says a bunch of shill shit. So I don't know if you know that, but there's some other guy who has the same name as you, Bobby Steels, and he's a dick. I think I had to block him. And I was like, that's weird how this Bobby Steels guy shows up and he's funny one day, and then the next day he's a dick. And it turns out there's more than one Bobby Steels. CJ Morey says, "Yeah, keep shaving, bro." I was going to do it today before the stream, but like I started practicing and setting shit up, and then I ran out of time and I just needed to get it going. So I didn't shower and shave or anything today. So I'm kind of sweaty. I need to go take a shower after the stream now because I'm all sweaty and shit. Like, Retro Bill says, "When is Rusty's birthday?" I don't know. He's a rescue, so I don't know when he was born. And I don't celebrate some random day as his birthday. So I just call him a good dog and give him treats whenever. He doesn't have a birthday that I know. Trillian says, "Nice hat." Thank you. I've been wearing it for a long time. A long time. Even before I was doing any flat earth stuff, this is my hat that I've been wearing on stage. So this has been through a lot of shows. TD says, "There are no satellites in space." Yeah, you know, there can be satellites attached to air balloons or planes, but those aren't in outer space. So there's no satellites as far as flying boxes with wings in outer space. 'Cause there were some people that are like, yeah, but they do have, you know, satellites attached to air balloons up there. I'm like, yeah, but that's not in outer space. It's just up in the sky. So the lyric stands, there are no satellites in space. Oh, Javid's asking for a Goatus impression. You know what? I left that guy alone because I just got tired of picking on him because he just makes the same video over and over and he's sad and pathetic now. And I think he like moved to Turkey so he can get hair implants or something to do with hair implants. And the guy sucks and he's pathetic now and he's not even worth my time. But I can still do an impression of him. Something like this. Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing a what I eat in a day video by this vegan named Vegan Friendly Girl 123. Yeah, she's totally eating a toxic grain sludge smoothie. Don't you fucking realize that there is nothing in there that will keep you alive? It is all indigestible. She's very severely mentally ill. And this, of course, you can see because she has bags underneath her eyes. She looks like she is 50 and she is only in her 30s. This is only going to end badly unless, of course, she starts to eat some fucking raw meat. There you go, little goatees. Thanks, Javid. I appreciate the donation again, buddy. See, I used to like Goatees, but that guy burned his audience and lied over and over and over. Like the last time he burned his audience, like he said he was gonna, if his audience would donate, that he would go to vegan festivals and he was gonna eat raw meat at the vegan festivals and as a form of protest. And the last time he did that years ago, he got a lot of views and a lot of attention. And so he said he was going to do that again, go to these vegan festivals and eat raw meat in front of everyone. And so one of his subscribers, sent him an entire Bitcoin. And Bitcoin at the time was still worth over 40 grand for one Bitcoin. So he got a $40,000 donation from one of his subs to do these vegan festivals. And then he decided to take that money and go to Turkey, and he hasn't done any vegan festivals. So the money that was donated to him to do the vegan festivals, he just took it and ran. And it's like he's going to go get hair transplants in Turkey while he makes the same fucking video over and over again. What I eat in a day video. Some vegan girl eats a vegan diet and then he criticizes her. And he just makes that same video every day. So he's really not a good person. And I've called him out for it over and over and over again, but his fan base doesn't give a shit. So his fan base likes watching him make the same video, and they like him stealing their money and being a liar. So if that's what his fan base wants, that's what they get. Hey, it works for him. He makes way more than I do, has a bigger fan base, and he's a fucking liar and a piece of shit. So I guess it pays. I wouldn't know. CJ Morey says goat face ate milk jar. Hey, maybe, you know, he was the last person to be seen with milk jar. And for those of you who aren't keeping up, there's a guy named Spherage or Svedia or Goatus, whichever you want to call him. And he's the guy that kind of got started making raw meat eating popular on YouTube. And over the years, he's lied to his audience and burned his audience so many times that I made a channel basically parodying him and making fun of him and calling him out. And that channel actually got kind of popular, but there's only so much time in the day, and how much time do I want to spend, you know, calling out some loser who burns his fans? There's other stuff I could be doing, like practicing the bass or writing a new song or something. So I haven't put nearly as much attention or focus into that side channel where I troll goatees. But every once in a while, when he does something, terrible and burns his audience, I'll put out a new video over there. Retro Bill says, Jake, what do you think of bugs in food? Looks like they're actually doing it. I'm seeing a bunch of foods made with crickets, especially. Man, there's all sorts of stuff going into our food behind our backs, all sorts of fillers. So, yeah, I have heard that, they can grind up cockroaches and add that to different foods. And, that'll give you the willies just thinking about it. And I already hear that, there's already bugs that end up in your food at those plants anyway. The big labs and plants where they produce all this, boxed up and food and with preservatives and crap. I'm sure there's already bugs and rat hairs and mice feces, God knows what, that's already getting into your food. So the more you think about it, the more it'll give you the willies. And it just basically means you should probably be cooking your own food, trying to just eat stuff, that what it is. If you buy meat and you can see that it's fresh and it smells fresh, if you can buy raw milk still, if you can get your hands on raw milk that's fresh, or if you can get your hands on raw dairy, raw butter, raw cheese of any kind. These are the building blocks of life that are actually going to not only keep you alive, but really satiate you if you eat, So today I had a big, gigantic steak for breakfast, and I have half of it sitting over here that I'm going to eat for dinner. And so my main food that I eat, if I want to stay satiated and healthy, is meat, of course. And it's getting harder and harder to find good cuts of beef because it's just getting more expensive. So they're purposely pricing good quality beef out of the common man's price range. And the reason is because it's good for you. So they'd rather you eat Frankenstein vegetables, like broccoli, which is terrible for you. Treehouse says, I make the best burgers in Japan. I hear Tokyo's got like an amazing food scene, that they've got just such an eclectic mix of all sorts of different foods, everything from the weirdest shit you've ever seen to just like the most amazing Asian food that you can get your hands on. So I hear if you go to Tokyo that some of the restaurants, all the little spots are just like out of this world. But at the same time, I hear they have some crazy weird items that you would never see here in America. Oh, also, I'm noticing ingredients being added to stuff that weren't there before. So, like, I'm noticing like rice. A lot of companies like that, like Rice-A-Roni and stuff. They have a section on the back of the ingredients that says iron. And I think when they listed iron, just iron by itself, and it's like there shouldn't be iron in rice. You know what I mean? I look at these other rices that don't have iron listed, and then I look at certain brands that list iron, and it makes me think that that could be little metallic bad thing, like little tiny. Have you ever seen like the little tiny microscopic little razor blades or microscopic little corkscrews? So they can have little tiny like microscopic little corkscrews and razor blades that are like pointy shapes and stuff. And then they can list that as iron. And apparently, I don't know how true this is, you can have the frequencies from the towers and stuff actually like interact with these metal particles in your body and perhaps even move them around. So I saw one video, and again, I don't know how true it is, that there are these microscopic little corkscrews being put into your food, and then the frequencies and Wi-Fi and 5G towers and all this stuff can activate these little tiny corkscrews and get them to actually start moving. So imagine like a corkscrew like you'd open up a wine bottle with, but a tiny little miniature ones that are inside your body and can be activated and move around. So that's kind of a scary thought. And again, I don't know how true that is, but I heard some different, not YouTubers, but people on BitChute mentioning that they're adding little metallic particles to your food, and then they're calling it iron. They're just listing it as iron. Chungus Khan says, "Oh shit, wow." Yeah, if someone can think of it and come up with an idea like that, you better hope no elite evil people do it. Leslie Guy says, "Yes, Soylent Green is people." And of course, there's that rumor about McDonald's, that's really popular, that they're just grinding up kids and people and feeding it to you. But then how come everyone still goes to McDonald's? Like, how come there isn't a line of people outside, like, screaming and yelling that they're grinding up people? Like, how come nobody's ever, like, got a burger sample and then went and tested it and proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's human DNA and make a big stink about it? So I wonder how much of it's like guardrail fake conspiracy versus real. You know what I mean? So do I think that they put fillers in their meat? Absolutely. But I'm not going to go as far as to be like, McDonald's grinds up babies. You don't know that? They do. So sometimes people will make these claims, very grandiose claims, and it's like, well, have you tried to prove it? Have you got a sample and then went and checked it out and like done any sort of like effort to prove this grandiose claim? No, it's people. So I've heard that many times, and it's funny that people still line up and go to McDonald's every day. So that theory can't be getting too popular. Leslie Guy says, "I don't eat McDonald's for that reason." But if you really thought they were killing people and grinding up and putting them in the meat, don't you think like we should be telling people, and that should be like a big deal? See, that's kind of right up there with that, like saying like all birds are robots or all gorillas are fake or something. It's like a grandiose claim that you need to like supply some evidence before you make a claim like that. Have you guys heard that? All the birds are fake, or gorillas are people inside of a gorilla suit? See, I've heard stuff like that, and I'm like, well, shouldn't you first try and pull the head off of a gorilla, pull a gorilla's mask off, and prove that it's a dude underneath? See, if you have proof that you went to the zoo, jumped in the gorilla cage, and pulled the gorilla's head off, and it was a dude underneath, then I would be more inclined to believe such a thing. Same with the McDonald's thing. Like if anyone, who has a channel that talks about conspiracies was to actually like get a hold of some McDonald's meat and have it tested and find with beyond a shadow of a doubt there is human DNA in there, and it doesn't even come back as even 80% beef, that it's like more than 50% some other mystery meat. If there was somebody who at least had some good hardcore evidence and we could really hammer McDonald's down, I would be more inclined to believe that. Do I think they're using pure beef? No, I think they're definitely using fillers. But I'm not going to go as far as to say they're just grinding up babies and people and that there's no beef. TD says McDick's is all lab food. I agree. Their buns are crap, and their cheese is crap, and their meat's crap. It's all crap. I just don't want to like be looked at as saying something that's untrue that I never even tried to prove at all. I never took one step to prove. So I'm not going to be like, McDonald's is for sure ground up babies. See, and there are channels that will make these claims, these grandiose claims, without doing like one iota of research towards proving. Javid says he's seen evidence, but it's censored now. Interesting. Rumford Chippenstein says there's no need to exaggerate how bad McDonald's is. Exactly. Even in that Netflix documentary, and we know like Netflix is mostly a controlled narrative, even they showed you that the that McDonald's is poison. What was a Super Size Me, right? So even though that's a mainstream documentary, it basically proved that if you eat that shit all 3 meals every day, that you're definitely going to see some negative health consequences, and it will happen fast. PJC Net says McDonald's was founded by a Masonic Shriner, hence the original clown. Yet I'm hearing this new theory that McDonald's is in the property business. So they're not just in the selling of the burgers business and poisoning people with shitty food business. They're in the property business. So McDonald's always grabs a piece of primetime real estate in every town on the main drag. So the main drag of every town has a McDonald's or multiple McDonald's. And so when you look at how many properties they have across the world, someone said McDonald's isn't in the business of selling burgers. They're in the business of acquiring property. Oh, that's interesting. Just like I heard Starbucks isn't in the business of selling coffee. They're in the business of selling milk. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't think of it like that. They said, "Oh, coffee's cheap. It's the milk and the cream that's expensive. That's the ingredient that actually costs them a lot more money." So they're actually in the business of selling creamy coffee, milk. Treehouse says, "I'm afraid of that McDonald's craving for the French fries. I resist and resist." Yeah, I actually had a comedy bit that I did a few years ago about McDonald's and how horrible it is. But there's certain times you'll find yourself in that line, and then you'll be like, "No, I don't have to actually eat McDonald's. I don't have to buy this food. I can drive away at any moment." Then you find yourself paying for the food. Then you tell yourself, "No, I don't have to eat it as long as I don't put it in my mouth." And then before you know it, you're stuffing your face with those French fries, that Egg McMuffin. You're like, "I can't help myself." Javid says, "First job was Mickey D's. Disgusting." It's a learning experience to work at a fast food joint. I feel like it teaches you a good lesson of what you don't want to do. So if you want to know what it's like to work at a shitty fast food place and be at the bottom of life, it's a good learning lesson to figure out that if you want to do the bare minimum, if you can't get any other job and you're forced into a minimum wage job like that's the type of shit you have to put up with. And if you put up with it long enough, a year will go by, 2 years will go by, 5 years will go by, and you'll be nowhere further in the world, still stuck at fast food. And so I learned at an early age that I don't like doing jobs like that. I hate it, and that I'll never be able to put in a full effort into anyone else's business other than mine. So I learned early on that I don't like working hard. I don't like working hard for anyone else but me. The only time I like to work hard is for something that I enjoy doing. So I'll work hard playing the bass, for instance, sweat, put all my effort into it, but work hard at mopping the floor at McDonald's for minimum wage, not so much. So that was the lesson I learned as a teenager, that I can't continue to do shit like that. And I'll never be happy if I stay working at jobs like that. And it wasn't until my damn 30s before I finally figured out a way to make a living outside of a slave job routine. So I've worked at fast food, and I know exactly what it's like to go home greasy and tired and worn out, and not look forward to having to wake up and do it all over again. And I'm glad to say that I sit before you now a completely different person with a completely different outlook and a completely different appreciation for life, because I don't have to wake up and go do a job like that. Phase Polarizer with a donation says, "Happy birthday, Jake." Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the generous donation, sir. It's been a Good birthday today. Hanging out with you guys, playing some music, watching Pantera videos and Blue Oyster Cult videos. And any of you guys who missed part of the stream, I started the stream with a bass solo, and then we watched some Blue Oyster Cult videos, and then we watched Pantera videos. And then I did some more bass slapping. And now we're just chit-chatting. Oh, and I also had a section where I did some impressions. So if you missed any of that and you want to catch any of it, go back and watch. Holy shit! 3 hours and 43 minutes. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. All right. Before I get off here, I'll show a classic comedy clip from 2020. I did a comedy special and I broke it up into different parts, and not a lot of you guys watched it. It didn't get a ton of views, but there's a few clips. Since we're talking about McDonald's, I can go back and bring it up.
I booked our hotel and kayak.
All right. So since you guys are talking about McDonald's, I'll go ahead and bring up my classic comedy routine. Poison McNuggets.
Hey! Whoa! Holy shit! Look at all these people. Whoa! Holy shit! Hey, you guys, settle down. Whoa! Don't make me come out there. Holy shit, look how many fat, ugly, and retarded people there are here tonight. Wow! You guys are the fucking opposite of beautiful. Sit down and shut up so I can do my show. Yeah, all of you. Right now. All right. So, anyone ate at McDonald's lately? Oh, no, of course not. Nobody fucking eats there, right? Because everybody knows McDonald's serves poison. Yes, I know it. You know it. And your child knows it. We're all consuming poison every time we go there. The problem is, I can't stop myself from consuming poison. McDonald's is so powerful that if I even drive by a McDonald's and I'm even slightly hungry, I find myself cosmically, against my own will, pulling into the driveway. Have you ever had this happen? Have you ever just been rolling down the street and you see the evil fucking arches and you're like, oh shit, no, this isn't happening. No, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna buy poison. And then you find yourself turning your car into the parking lot and you're like, no, I'm not going to order poison. I have the willpower like no other man, and I know for a fact that today, Jacob, you're not gonna order poison. Jacob, do not go through that drive-thru and order poison. And then before you know it, my car is in the drive-thru. Someone pulls in behind me, and then you look behind, and it's like, fuck, there's no turning back now. You're locked in. Have you ever got in the drive-thru, somebody gets behind you, and now you're fucking locked in? You're buying poison. But I'm telling myself, no, Jake, you don't have to buy poison. Just because you're locked in the drive-thru and you're going to come up to the menu and then you're going to come up to a window doesn't mean you have to buy poison. You don't have to buy the poison and you don't have to consume the poison. Jake, do not buy the... Hi, yeah, I'd like to get 2 orders of the 6-piece McNuggets. And can I get one with sweet and sour and the other one with barbecue? Fuck, I just ordered poison! Jake, calm down. You just ordered poison, yes. but you don't have to pay for the poison. You can drive away and not pay for the poison. In fact, Jake, this is your brain telling you, don't pay for the poison, and definitely don't consume the poison if you happen to not listen to me about not paying for the poison. Do you understand? And then I get to the window and the girl says, that'll be $4.32. And I'm like, oh, okay, here you go, thank you. And then she hands me the bag of poison, and I reach out the window, and everything in my body is telling me to fucking say, no, fuck you, poison devil lady, and then drive away. Everything in my body is telling me, don't accept the poison from the devil lady inside who works for minimum wage for the devil. Okay? So she hands me the bag of poison. I take it, and then I thank her. I'm like, thank you. And then I drive away with poison. And now I know. I'm like, Jake, all you have to do is throw this poison out the window and don't put it into your system, and we can pretend none of this has ever happened. And then the next thing that happens to me is I'm parked and I'm halfway through chewing the first chicken McNugget, and I realize, no, I just consumed poison. I'm eating poison, and I can't stop myself from eating poison. And then once you're eating the McChicken poison, you're like, this doesn't even taste like chicken. I don't know why I like this. This isn't food. No! And then, like, I look down and I've consumed 12 chicken McPoison nuggets. And then the next thing that happens is I'm overridden with guilt. And then I go home and take a McPoison nap. I just go home crying, I ate the McPoison. I want it to stop and go away. And then I pass out. And then I wake up like half an hour later, and I'm like, what? Huh? What the fuck happened to me? Oh, yeah. McDonald's. Fuck, they got me again. Has that ever happened to you?
You've got something dark that I like, but I can't quite put my...
Hearing people laugh, I fucking love to laugh. I don't know about you guys, but I think laughing is fucking awesome. Having a good belly laugh, it's great. A lot of people can't do it anymore. They've taken life too seriously, or they've gotten to a point where they think they're too old to be able to fucking belly laugh. Speaking of laughing and speaking of being funny, do you know who's really not funny? Women! Yeah! None of you guys are actually fucking funny. None of them. If I make a list of the top 10 funniest human beings who ever lived, there's not one single fucking woman even near that list. That's 10 men, absolutely 100% sure. And women are going to be like, nuh-uh, we're just as funny as you. No, you're fucking not. Name one female comedian who's even in the same fucking dimension as George Carlin. Go ahead, ladies. Try and name a fucking comedian who's even in the same dimension as George Carlin. Now, some fucking stupid lady is going to be like, well, there's Rebecca Rottencrotch is funny. Yes, some fucking whore who you think is funny, who goes up on stage and talks about sucking a dick. Oh, isn't it so funny to go up on stage as a woman and talk about sucking some dick, and then they'll go up on stage and be like, I've got a vagina. Do you guys want to hear what it's like to have a vagina? Let me tell you all about having a vagina. And after a while, you're like, fuck, man? I can smell your stinky, rotting vagina from here in the comedy crowd. I'm gonna have to get up and fucking leave. I can't stand smelling this lady's fucking rotting, wet vagina. It's like every single female comedian, the only joke they know how to tell is blah, blah, blah. I have a wet, stinky, rotting vagina. Can you smell it? Like, yes, we can all fucking smell it. That's why no man wants to sit here and fucking listen to you, because your fucking vagina is rotten, and we all know it, and that's the only thing you know what to fucking talk about. We can't relate to you. Please, God, take the microphone out of that fucking bitch's hand. Somebody, please take the microphone out of that fucking terrible cunt's hand. And then finally, some man will usually walk up on stage and say, "Give it up for Maggie fucking Cuntface, everybody." And we'll all be like, "Whew, thank God it's over." And then the next male comedian, he can get up on stage and be like, "Woo, aren't you guys glad that fucking wretched cunt is no longer up on stage? Man, it's starting to smell better already." And I'll be like, "Ah! This guy's funny. This guy gets it. He knows what comedy really is."
There you have it. There you have it, y'all. Women ain't funny. That's a classic comedy bit from me in my comedy special. I did a comedy special a couple of years ago, and that's yet another clip. Rumford Chippenstein says, "Not fair to use people like her as an example." Oh, I think it's a perfect example. Here's the thing. What other woman comedian is there who's actually funny as far as like stand-up comedy goes? Or like doing a stream like I've done tonight and then them like making you laugh. They don't really exist. And the type of women that try and do that and try and be all like, "Hey, I'm up here talking about a dick. I'm going to talk about sucking some dick because I'm a lady comedian." It's not funny. It's terrible. Like, and then there's always somebody who'll want to bring up like Lucille Ball. Like, "Well, I love Lucy. What about Lucille Ball?" It's like, that's some old black and white TV shit. That doesn't stand the test of time today. So if I bring up the fact that there's no good women comedians, people will like start having to like make shit up. Like, well, that one girl from Mad TV was funny. That one chick from Saturday Night Live who used to dance with Will Ferrell in those skits was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, they can be funny in a skit as long as they're with a man who's also being funny, but be funny by yourself up on stage, like legitimate, like bust my gut laugh. No way. Not going to happen. Vlad awoke and says, "Lucy was a dude too." Lucy, you have some splaining to do. Retro Bill says, "Love the laugh track. I mean the live audience reaction." See, I also did that for comedic effect. I added the laugh track, but I also took like clips from comedy clubs and stuff of like, you know, like like a black comedy crowd laughing in between my jokes. So it's actually kind of like for comedic effect, so that when you see the crowd spliced in, because it's like me in my bedroom, and then I spliced in like a crowd from like 1990 comedy show with some black comedian or something. So when you see the old crowd spliced in, that's supposed to make you laugh as well. That's supposed to add like extra comedic effect. So the video alone, I think, would have been funny, but I added the laugh track and the comedy club splices to like give it an extra flair. All right, y'all. Oh my God, I'm going on 4 hours. I'm tired. I'm sure you guys are probably worn out too. So it was a fun birthday stream. I want to thank you guys for joining me on my birthday and all the birthday donations, all the birthday wishes that came in. I had a lot of fun today, just hanging out with you guys and playing some bass, watching some music videos, and shooting the shit. And that's all I wanted to do today. I wanted to do exactly that. And so I accomplished exactly what I wanted to do on my birthday. I hung out with my friends, fans, and subs, and had a good time. So here's to my 39th year. Got Jono with a donation. Says thank you for sharing your birthday with us. We enjoyed your birthday celebration stream. Many birthday wishes to you. Please check your PayPal for your birthday gift from my sister and me. I definitely will right after I get off here. And thank you very much, Jonna. You are an absolute sweetheart. And hopefully I can meet up with you soon. All right. So, guys, thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. All the wonderful birthday wishes and comments. Had fun today. I couldn't ask for a better crowd than you guys. So thank you very much. I love you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here with me on my birthday. And I will see you guys on the next Jake Asshole stream. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Good night.